Hey, good afternoon. I wanted to spend a few minutes this afternoon talking about how we approach trust. Sometimes we fall into a trap of using a blanket statement or a blanket approach to what trust is. If we can't trust a person with one thing, then we believe that we can't trust them with anything, and that's a dangerous trap to fall into. There are that universal approach of one black or white for how we trust people can inhibit our ability to function effectively in the world. So trusting me to keep a secret might be something that you are able to do, but you probably don't want to trust me to help you with a sore tooth or to land a plane in an emergency. So what makes up the components of trust? And there are lots of different trust models out there, but it can be broken into different pieces of a variety of different things. One specific model looks at 4 pieces that make up trust. One is care, one is ability, one is word, and the 4th piece is consistency. So, does the person care enough to be able to help you? Or do you care enough about someone else in order to want to try and assist? And that's an important piece. Lots of people care about a lot of different things in order of helping each other, but if you don't care, you probably shouldn't trust someone. Or if they don't care, you shouldn't trust someone. The second piece, in terms of keeping their word, if you ask them to do something, or if they ask you to do something, and whether or not you actually do that or not makes a big difference. You shouldn't trust someone who doesn't do what they say that they'll do. The piece in terms of ability is something that might be difficult to measure. Do they have the ability to keep a secret? Do they have the ability to help you with a medical issue or land a plane in an emergency? And we have all different kinds of certifications and certificates and licenses that our doctors put on walls, or that our pilots and our drivers get licensed for, in order to be able to demonstrate to strangers that they have the ability to do a specific thing. The consistency of all three of those components have to exist together, and the 4th component of consistency have to be in place on a regular basis to demonstrate trust. Just like a bank account, there can be deposits made into trusting someone with something specific, or withdrawals can be made in terms of damaging that trust, and it takes time to build that consistency back up. This can be applied to anything. Taking out the trash, being faithful in a relationship, in terms of keeping privacy in terms of business transactions for personal information, or medical or emergency situations. Do you trust yourself? A whole other component to this is not only the relationship to others, but your relationship to yourself, and what do or you do not trust yourself with. This relational component between others and ourselves takes some time to tease apart. There are things that you can trust yourself with, and maybe things that you can't, and why can't you trust yourself with that specific thing? Then, in repairing that relationship with yourself, how do you make it better? And what consistency do you need in order to build that deposit back up? Take some time this week to think about what trust is. It is more than just a black or white issue of trust being one piece. There are lots of little pieces to how trust works and in those relationships. Look at areas where you may or may not trust someone and explore those 4 components of why. Do the same for yourself. I would challenge you to look at what is required in order to repair or restore or rebuild trust in the relationships that you have. Hopefully you'll be able to find areas to improve that. Please feel free to comment in the comment section below. Ask any questions you may have. I'm John Rhoads, and as always, I hope that you find purpose and meaning in your day today.